I found a pacifist space marine. Okay, so this is a first. This is definitely something I've never seen before. Somebody playing through Space Marine 2 on a non-lethal playthrough, it seems. Is this heresy? Is this heretical? Is this person a heretic for playing as a pacifist? Yeah, we're going to dive into this one to see exactly what came about, because honestly, this sounds pretty ridiculous. I'm curious to see if they kicked this person or what happened. But yeah, this is not something I've seen before. All right, so this is the pacifist space marine. Well, it's obviously not this bulwark. Dude, also, the hammer bulwarks I've been seeing in a lot of games. And I guess it's not the assault either. So it has to be the vanguard. That is a weird pacifist class to pick. I guess you could just use grapple. I mean, that's probably the least threatening, skill, maybe. Oh yeah, look, you can see him back there. That's funny. It says nothing to see here. Dude, it is pretty cool though, seeing duo hammers. That's kind of sick. Now, yeah, I've been seeing a lot of hammer bulwarks recently. To be completely honest, I've been seeing more hammer bulwarks than... Yeah, dude, yeah, it's the vanguard. Just... Dude, I can see how the grapple can be, like, something fun to use, but it's also, like, not super threatening. Oh, dude, yeah, just... Look at him walk! So, wait, let me guess. He probably just went into that room when the major spawned, I guess? Dude, how can you even possibly, like, stay passive in this game? Like, dude, to be completely honest, like, eventually you're gonna get enough aggro where you're going to have to defend yourself. It is kind of cool how he was always staying behind us to hide. Interesting. We decided to bring the party to him. Okay. Yep, this is definitely a great spot to get some aggro. This part of Termination can get so sweaty, dude. Oh, wow, yeah, they really are just bringing the enemies to the Vanguard. Dude, this is pretty funny. Dude, yeah, go Vanguard, go. Let's continue your passive nature. Dude, now, honestly, it's the fact that they're fighting Tyranids, it can be considered, they can be considered a heretic, right? To not, like, fight them or something. It's really weird. Not to mention the Vanguard does have a mortal wound, so they probably should find a way to protect themselves. And, yeah, right now... Did they do anything? Hold on, let's go back there. Did they get away with, like, out doing any attacks on this? That's kind of crazy. Because there's a lot of bone swords here. I can't see how they can just, like, sit there. Yet, oh, right there, there's a grapple. He does kick a major. He does kick a major, technically, with the grapple, right? So, is that actually passive? But dude, yeah, after we see the clip, we will go into the original poster's explanation to, like, what's going on. But yeah, this was a pretty good trap. This was definitely a pretty good trap. It looks like the Vanguard is just rolling around. Dude, they needed to... I really hope they put the end card at the end here. Oh, no end card, dude? It would be kind of sick to see the Vanguard have, like, 300 damage. Oh, yeah, look at him run away. He just ran. What actually got me with this clip is the Vanguard just kind of hanging out back there, and then he just slowly starts to walk up after the fights are over. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. That is not... Don't do this, guys. This is funny, but I'm not too sure what is going on. And since we have the enemy indicator at the top, this is, like, ruthless at the most. It is pretty cool. We see, like, duo hammer, bulwark, and assault players just, making sure they can bring out the hammers together. That's kind of sick. But yeah, don't... First of all, it's not even super passive. He definitely kicks a majorist in the back of the head here, so I wouldn't call that pretty... I wouldn't call that pretty pacifist. But yeah, at the very least, what we are seeing here is somebody who is running away. Dude, yeah, see, that's the thing. I think, okay, dude, if you're playing a pacifist in Space Marine 2, you're playing pretty much like a coward in a way. And we all know this player is probably just messing around, right? But, like, ultimately, this is kind of look like a heretic. I was playing with my buddy, just leveling my bulwark and thunderhammer, and something was weird. It felt like most of this operation we wouldn't see the other guy at all during the mission. So I started to pay more attention, and the dude was hiding during the whole thing. He was also prestige 3 or 4, but, like, level 19. Oh, wow. Oh, that's weird. Maybe they were just playing with one hand or something? The thing is, I don't mind doing carries at all. You can join my Ruthless or even my Lethal missions at level 1, and I'll try my best to finish it with you, but try to play the game at least. Friend and I are pretty chill, so we didn't kick him. Oh, wow, so this guy actually successfully got through this operation. Okay. We just had a good laugh and kind of tried to prank him at the end. Yeah, just bringing enemies to him was actually pretty funny. Just wanted to share because I thought it was pretty funny. Dude, no, it is definitely funny just seeing the guy kind of like struggle to like, you know, comprehend the situation. It's like, oh man, I should probably use my Melta at some point. And then they even use grapple, which ends up kicking a major. So they end up aggroing an enemy from that. It's pretty funny. But honestly, a pacifist player playing the Vanguard is very interesting. I feel like, if anything, maybe even playing like a pacifist, like scan only tactical, that would actually kind of be cool, I think. But ultimately, don't play like a pacifist. But hey, they were Prestige 3 level 19 at the very least of what this guy's explaining, so they're doing something right. Maybe I don't know. That is such a wild situation. Hopefully we don't start to see weirder things, but this is probably like the weirdest I've seen so far. I've also encountered this before, only once. Was a low level on Absolute playing heavy who would just hide away from fights. Well, it's different on Absolute. They're probably just looking to get carried. But yeah, the hiding part, I guess, is pretty cringe. Unfortunately for him, plenty of waves also came from behind, so he was never really safe, but it was really odd to see. We finished it though. I was playing my max sniper. Other guy was a half-level tactical. Hey, dude, sniper can get the job done. But yeah, I mean, if the heavy player was actively trying to avoid confrontation or any sort of fights with other enemies, I would say that's more of like a pacifist, maybe, but I mean, a heavy just hiding away, yeah, I guess they're avoiding enemies, but ultimately, I have a hard time believing somebody is playing heavy as a pacifist. That's crazy. They're just walking around with one of the like most dangerous weapons, just not using it. I guess at the very least you could just use the shield your teammates. I mean, dude, this is so silly. This is honestly so silly. There's no shot. There's no shot at anyone seeing somebody like actually play as a pacifist. Like even the clip above, I'm kind of questioning a little bit. Where with the Vanguard, it did seem like the Vanguard was very hesitant to like get through the level. So there's that. But I mean, absolute heavy, low level. This guy's just trying to get carried, I think. Snuck onto Big Bro's account. Big Bro, if you play, don't get in the way of others playing, and shame my name. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I guess that could explain it. Maybe just somebody jumped on Big Bro's account and just decided to run a ruthless operation, and yeah, they just ended up surviving through termination. What? That would be okay. Look, if that happened, that's pretty insane. Just considering, hey, we might have a new player joining the game who's just you know, not too concerned with taking out enemies on the screen. Overall, at least they were on Ruthless. At least they were on Ruthless. Even the original poster responded to this comment, and they said that's why they didn't kick him, because they thought it was just some kid. I think that's a fair assessment of the situation. Like, at the very least, it has to be somebody who doesn't know what they're doing. You know what I mean? Or they are playing passively and just, I mean, I guess they're not getting in the way. It is kind of, they were trying their best to not get in the way, so they're like actually in the back just waiting for enemies to get cleared. Yeah, this is weird. This is still a pretty weird situation. Yeah, let me know in the comments if you've actually ran into players who were weirder than that one. I highly doubt it, because I'd never seen anyone play passively before. Even the clips we've seen there, they still got away with like kicking a major, but you know what, maybe they're just trying to grapple onto something else and the major got in the way. I could see that being a explanation. And then yeah, when all the majors are surrounding them, they basically just kept rolling around, and it was, yeah, I mean, that is pretty passive. That's pretty passive. Guys, don't play passively. On the sense of, like, survival, sometimes, like, if you're getting surrounded by enemies, standing your ground and, like, getting some parries and some shots in, especially with the melt, is, like, the best thing you can do, because enemies can seriously roll catch you in this game. So be careful just rolling away for no reason against, like, a large group of enemies, especially if one of them is a Ravener or a Lictor, something like that. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you guys ran into anything weird like this, or anything that tops this. I haven't really seen many players play this game as unique to the point where they're playing passively in a pacifist run. Non-lethal Space Marine 2 operations, dude. Yeah, that sounds absolutely awful. Do not do this on public. Do not do this in public games. Shout out to that player for not getting kicked. Absolutely wild. And also, Bulwarks. I'm glad you guys are enjoying hammers, but like at least some of y'all need to bring out a shield at some point, right? I mean, dude, honestly, even myself, I'm playing a lot of hammer Bulwark as well. It's very, very fun. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you guys ran into anything as weird as that. And thanks for watching.